Is it isolating one particular muscle? No. I mean, I put it there more for that I wanted you guys to know where the plane of the scapula is. But when you're doing scaption, you're doing anterior deltoid, medial deltoid, and anything else coming into play? Not really. Yeah, some of your rotators coming in. So we're not isolating a strength really, okay? I use it more as a strengthening thing, where I want to get all the muscles at once so I don't, keep things moving along. So for shoulder, what's that thing? Does that need to happen a lot? Yeah, so you could do this. So we could all do this. Nice and get that 180 degrees, because that's part of that scapulohumeral thing. Alrighty, now, how comfortable is he going to be doing this while I'm trying to resist the motion? Am I going to be really able to palpate and resist the lower trap muscle as he's doing something like this? So this is one of those exception to the rule things again. You're going to have him in a mid-range position already to test for it. Right? We're not going to be able to test the strength of the lower traps throughout the motion, because it's just a bit cumbersome to do that. So I'm going to have him, you really should not use a pillow, okay? If he needs a pillow, I'm never going to take away a pillow from my patients. Can you lay down there without a pillow for a few minutes? Okay. Can you come a little bit closer to the edge? Alrighty. Can you sort of bring your arms into a Y position? Like approximately 130 degrees or so. Okay? Now, which arm do you want to be tested in? Doesn't matter? Okay. Put this one down. Okay? Alright, so you guys can see? Alright, so you're going to ask him to keep that arm in that position. Okay? Can you turn your head towards me a little bit? Thank you. Alright. Where's your lower traps, by the way? You guys can see. Can you guys see? Come over here if you can't see. Where would his lower traps be? Right.
Bottom of the scapula and the spine.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to be having his hand approximately 130 degrees or so. Alrighty. Now, and his lower traps is here. Alright. Can I get my hand in there around his scapula and apply resistance? No. It'd be really uncomfortable for me, and it'd be really uncomfortable for him if I started doing this kind of thing, that downward, that upward rotation kind of depression thing. Be really uncomfortable for him. So what I'm gonna do is resist the motion in his humerus. Am I creating a long lever arm now? I probably am. Alrighty, but I'm not going to be able to test for his lower trap strength without it. So what I'm going to do, can you bring your arm up? Okay. Alrighty. Now, I'm going to ask you to bring your arm as high as you can, but keep your chest on the bed. Okay? Ooh, don't bring it down. Just keep it in this position and lift it up. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. No. Lift it up this way. Okay? Alrighty? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Alrighty? You see that? Where I put my hand? Because I put my hand right at the scapula. Alright? You want to come here? Alright? Are you okay? Alrighty? My hand is right on the inferior angle. Alrighty? So, okay, he's getting tired. Okay, put it down for a second, because I see it. Because you're starting to shake. Alright, again, because is the lower trap a strong muscle? Or should it be a strong muscle? Just your lower traps. Depends on, depends on who you ask. Alrighty? Okay, so, ready? You better? Okay, bring it up. Bring your arm up like you did. Okay? Alrighty, now, bring it up as high as you can. Alright, and you can see that he's contracting his lower traps over here. You can feel it when you place your hand under the inferior angle. Put it down. Now, if I really want to see how strong he is, I would be applying a downward force on him. Does that make sense? alrighty? Because as I'm applying a downward force on him, he's gonna wanna maintain his scapula in that upward rotated kind of position, alrighty? So I need to apply that downward force, and you're gonna see these muscles, the lower trap muscle coming into play, alrighty? You good? You ready? Okay, bring your arm up, okay? Now slowly lift it up on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go, come on, go. Go. Is he lifting it up? A little, not like before. Because again, I'm only testing the lower traps. I'm not testing the whole trapezius muscle itself. Yes or no? Because again, this arm is against gravity, alright? But I'm actually testing the strength of this muscle. Okay, the lower trap muscle. Right? So again, is it a fat muscle compared to your biceps or something like that? No, it's a flat, thin layer of muscle, right? So it's not going to be that strong, alrighty? So, since it's against your trunk, is there anywhere I'm going to be able to sort of minimize or eliminate gravity? No, there really is nowhere. So what I'm going to see actually now, he's going to be like this. Keep your arm just like up and keep it flat. And I'm going to see if he's even able to lift up his arm against gravity and be able to cause that upward rotation of the scapula. Okay? Can you lift up? And then pretend not to lift so high. Alright? Now if he's barely lifting up, you're going to look at how much his range is, and that you're going to sort of very subjectively grade him that way. Right? Because there's barely any motion, but alright? So you can't even go like 1/3, 2/3 of the motion or anything like that. You're just going to see how well he's lifting it up. And when he's doing that, is he starting to, sort of pick up his trunk or anything like that? Alrighty? So when he's doing this, when you're looking at this, and you want to apply resistance, you don't want to have his arm right on the traps, right? Because even though that's where he's going to start to lift his trunk from, you may want to keep his arm across to the other side so you don't impede that motion. Yes or no? Okay. Next one is scapular downward rotation, a deduction. Alrighty. Again, those exceptions to the rule. I'm not going to start at the beginning of the range or anything like that, because it's kind of hard to determine where that beginning of the range thing is. Right? But to facilitate that muscle to pop out, can you put your right hand in the small of your back for me? Can you do that? Okay. Alrighty. Now, having him do that actually sort of cause that downward rotation and retraction already component. Alright? Alright, so he's in a position of readiness to do this. Okay? Now, what's retraction? If I needed him to retract, where does his shoulder blade get to go? Where does his shoulder blade get to go?
Towards each other.
Towards each other. Alrighty, so what did he just do to do that? Because he already did it for me. He lift up your elbow. Alrighty, and it's starting to go in that direction. Alrighty, along with it is that scapular depression. So what I'm gonna do is apply a resistive force. Put your arm down. Relax a little bit. Alright, are you comfortable with your chin like that? Okay. Alrighty. What I'm gonna do is apply a downward force, okay, and an outward force. Right? Downward to prevent that rotational component, and outward to prevent the rotational component with the retraction resistance. Yes or no? Right? I'm gonna put right pretty much in the elbow, right near the elbow area. So when I'm resisting him, right, you're gonna have the hand in the small of the back, alrighty, right, and what I'm basically gonna tell him, can you just sort of lift your hand off the small of the back while just keeping in this position? Can you do that for me? Like, actually, yeah, lift it up, okay, alrighty, and put it back down, alrighty, I'm finding the inferior angle, alrighty. Okay, can you guys see? Mm-hmm. Okay, can you do that motion one more time for me? Lift it, alright? You can see, over here, so you guys on this side could see, he retracted, right? And he sort of downwardly rotated a little bit. Okay, put it down. All right, I'll take my hand away. All right, everybody sees the outline of his scapula, right? Oh, wait. Everybody looking? All righty. Bring the hand off the small of your back, okay? All right, you can see him retract, and with that retraction, some downward rotation. So the resistance, put it down, that I'm gonna apply, all right? On the count of 3, you're gonna do that again. I'm gonna resist you a little bit, okay? All right, you ready? I'm gonna stabilize across this upper back. All righty? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go, 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 go. And I'm applying a downward and outward force. All righty? Again, small muscle. Yes or no? Okay? All right? Are we good? Alrighty. Can you put your hand in the small of your back? Alrighty. Alrighty. That caused your position of the scapula to come out a little bit. Alright? Now, can you, keeping your arm in this position, alright, just lift the hand off the small of your back for me, please. Alright? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright? Can you guys see how this, your vertebral border of the scapula retracted a little bit? Alright, put that down. Alrighty. Ooh, look at Leo. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, let's try it one more time. Okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright? You can see how it went in a little bit. Alright? Now, let's put it down. Like I said, just with the other one before. Can I get my hand over there and start shoving and resisting her scapula that way? No, people don't like that. Okay? So again, I'm using her humerus as my resistance arm, because people just don't like having people shoving them like that. This, they feel like, okay, you're not really shoving me, but you're still annoying me a little bit, but not that bad. Alrighty, you okay? Okay. Alright, so my hands are here to stabilize. I'm gonna palpate a little bit. Okay. Alright, so on the count of 3, I'm gonna. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I do, because that's going to tell you the type of movement that she may compensate with, okay? On the count of 3, just do the same thing before, okay? Just bring your arm off the small of your back. 1, 2, 3, and I'm applying a downward and outward force, trying to prevent her from going into retraction, okay? Did you feel like you couldn't squeeze your shoulder blades together when I did that? Okay, let's try it again, okay? On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, go, 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 go. Yeah. Good? You okay? Yeah. Alright, again, because we're looking, because can I tell my scapula, retract a little bit, rotate a little bit, can I tell it to do something like that? Like say I want to bring my arm up. No, because it's not able to do something like that. Right? We're causing resistance in that muscle, okay, and by doing something else to that area. Yes or no? Okay? Are you good? Yeah. This is easier. Can you sit up for me now? I'll face that way. You want to do the other one? Yeah. Okay. Bring this arm, put it in the small of your back again. Alrighty. Sort of protracted it, okay, a little bit, right? Alrighty. Now, keeping your arm here, this is the most gravity eliminated position again, okay? That we could put the muscle in, okay? So what I want you to do now, keeping your hand here, alrighty, right? Can you just sort of bring your elbow back towards me, right? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, look what it did. It retracted, alright, and downwardly rotated, depressed a little bit. Okay, now I want to palpate the muscles here, and what muscles are responsible for it? Rhomboids, okay? I'm going to put my hand here. Bring it back a little bit. Okay? She gets to keep the hand in a smaller back now. Are you okay? Yeah. Okay. All right. Now bring it back towards me. All right. Good. And I can feel how rhomboids kick in. All right. What other muscle may be coming into play? Traps. Traps more. Okay? Traps more. Alright? So that may be coming into play. So that's gravity eliminated. Okay? Scapular retraction and downward rotation. Now, if I wanted to test for The mid-traps itself, alrighty, it's just plain old what? Retraction. So what position would she be in, you think? Oh, gravity dependent.
Prone.
Oh, prone. Well, actually, since she's sitting, alright, might as well do it now. Since she's sitting, so we don't have to move her all over the place. Alright, let me catch up. Okay. Okay, it's